Hey guys, it's Elizabeth here from Neverland Creative, and today I'm going to be working on my March project life for 2017. So I figured since the last couple times I actually put in the photos off camera that I would try to give you a look at how I put in the photos and, figure out where I want everything and what my process is from start to finish. Alright, so here we go. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just looking through all of my photos, trying to decide where I want them to go. For my monthly title card, I usually pick a landscape photo like the one that you saw of all of the houses covered in snow. And that's just so that I have a good place to put my month on. So I'm not covering up anyone's faces or anything like that because it's just a landscape photo. And I kind of like having a photo of what the weather looked like and everything for that month. Sorry that you're like super zoomed out right here. There we go. But most of the time, the 4x6s are actually really easy to put into pockets because I tend to have fewer 4x6s than I do 3x4s. So as you can see, I'm just trying to create a balance. So there was a lot of pictures of my husband in his uniform, and that creates like a really dark page. So I decided to kind of move things around. And I do want to kind of go chronologically, especially this month because my husband was gone in training, so I wanted to make sure that I actually went with, when he left, when he returned, and like the stuff that he did during the training was chronological. So I'm just going through my 3x4 cards, again, spacing it out so the snow picture is not on top of the other snow picture and things like that. It's usually a pretty simple process for me, but it does take around 20 minutes, so this is very sped up. And as you can see, sometimes the 4x6 slots, I actually fill them with 2 3x4s, and that's fine with me. And I also try to make sure that I have a couple of spots left so that I can add my journaling because I really do want to add my stories for the month in this Project Life album as well as the photos. So here I am with the journaling cards all printed out. I used a couple of different Ali Edwards story kits for these cards. As you can see, I used the For the Love kit from December of 2017. I also used the Go story kit, maybe not the review, the detailed story kit, and a few other ones that I got in the story kit sale that Ali had in November, I believe it was. And I just use the digital story elements from all the kits and then recolor them in Photoshop, which I have a mini tutorial of in the February Project Life. I believe it was the February Project Life process video. So obviously I can't tell all of the stories of the month because otherwise I would have something for every single picture, but I can give kind of an overview. So as you can see, those cards that I'm putting in there, that's about what my husband was doing while he was in training for that month. He was gone the whole month, so this was really a quiet month for us here at home. One of my friends came to visit, but other than that, it was a lot of watching YouTube and taking care of the baby and things like that. Again, I'm using the tape to adhere those 2 3x4 cards into a 4x6. And I'm just going to be looking at a couple of filler cards since I didn't really have a lot to journal for that last page. And I'm going to be adding the date here because it was an important date when we get 10 inches of snow all during the same night, which was very fun, but also very hard to shovel. And right now I'm just using these white alphas from American Crafts to spell out March. And honestly, March was actually snowier than January was, and I ended up having to do all of the snow shoveling and everything myself, so I thought white was pretty appropriate for the amount of snow we had. I do end up using those white alphas again in the spread. I try to use one alphabet set for the entire month, and right here I'm adding JRTC, which is where my husband was for training. And I also put, I believe it's work on that photo of my purple workout mat, because I did work out a lot during March since I had a lot of free time. So that's pretty much what I'm doing here. I end up putting 10 here on this 3x4 photo because we got 10 inches of snow, and that was a pretty big deal for me because it's been a while since I had that much snow all at once, because we've been living in Hawaii for the past 4 years and just recently moved back to a place that had a lot of snow. So yeah, this is pretty much my process for my 2017 albums. A lot of looking at what cards I have and just adding journaling and some embellishments. This one has very minimal embellishments. I was feeling very minimal this day, so it doesn't have a lot of embellishments. It has a couple of these letter stickers spelling out words here and there, but other than that, not really any embellishments, and that's okay with me. I think the stories are really told by the photos and the journaling, so the embellishments are really usually secondary for me, especially when I'm working backwards like this album. So here I am adding that work card, which now that I look at it, I should probably have put something like workout or something like that instead of work, because it's not actually work, but it works. I probably won't go back and fix that. Right here on this For the Love Of card, I'm actually adding the Simple Stories alphas, and the word I'm adding is YouTube, because I watched a lot of YouTube videos. This is actually when I got into the crafty YouTube world, as I call it. So I took a photo of what I was watching and my dog sitting by the TV stand and the fireplace and everything. And it was just a really perfect shot to show a lot of what I was doing that month. So obviously that was white on white, but I think you can see well enough there what it says. And I really didn't want to introduce another color because I felt like the spread was really colorful enough as it was. And I'm just using those Simple Story alphas to add IN for inch on that picture of the snow, because I thought it needed something other than just the 10. I'm also going to be adding, I believe it's cutie, sweetie, happy. I'll get the right word. I'm going to be adding the word happy on that 4x6 photo that I created of my daughter, because she definitely was and still is a very happy little baby. I absolutely love that photo of her in those pink jammies. Those were probably my favorite jammies that she's ever worn. I'm also going to add this yellow raindrop 3x4 card, and that's a filler card, mainly because I didn't really have any other journaling that I wanted to do on this page. I said pretty much everything that I wanted to journal on my other journaling cards. So I'm going to add the sentiment Sweet Girl to this card, and I'm going to call March done. So I'm really excited with how fast this is going, and I really love the process. And I'm going to take you through a little bit about how the spread turned out in a few seconds. Alright, so as you can see, this is the finished product for March. I used a lot of different digital story kits from Ali Edwards, the Go story kit, For the Love, and a few others. I just picked the cards that I thought worked best for the story I wanted to tell, and then changed the colors like I showed you for the February 2017 process video. I did the same process for that. And I also used these American Crafts letter stickers. These are called Maple, I believe, and I used that for the title for March and a few titles throughout the spread. March 2017 was actually a really
simple month for us because my husband was away training, so it was a pretty quiet month, so there wasn't really that much to document. But this is how it ended up looking like, and I'm really happy about how fast this is going, and I can't wait to start April. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and like the channel if you want to see more. Alright, thanks very much. Bye.